Hi, my name is Chuck. A little bit about me. I'm an ER nurse. I work out here in Arizona. I still work as an ER nurse. And why that's important is because I want you to understand a little bit of my background before we go too deep into the business the opportunity you're going to look at here. So back in 2020, we had a little thing called COVID, and I walked into a meeting as a registered nurse. I went through that whole process of becoming a nurse over the years and had gained some success. I was actually running a department, was very pleased with the success that I had had, and I got into nursing because it was secure. It was a secure income. You could pretty much work anywhere in the country, and a lot of that is still the case. But here I was as a director, walked into this meeting, and suddenly I was told I was going to have to take a 10% cut in pay because I had went into a leadership role. And the reason I had to do it is because everyone in the hospital that was at a leadership role or a salary level had to do it because decisions had been made and the profit was not there anymore. So they basically took it out on the employees. And that put me on my heels, made me realize that I needed to maybe set up an avenue of creating extra income. And now that I've done that, I feel a lot better about what's going on in my nursing career. I can still enjoy nursing, but I can also have some income on the side. And as I grow into retirement, as my years, as you can see, I've got a little bit of gray. I'm able to secure some more of that income as I go, and in the near future, I should be able to walk away from my nursing income. Now, that is not a guarantee for everyone that's going to look at this information here today. But I'm going to share a little screen here. It's going to tell you a little bit about what we do and how we do it and how it can possibly help you as well. The name of my company is LegacyMentorship.com. You can actually see us on the web. Legacy Mentor, it's just a little bit of information about me and my wife. But what we're going to really talk about is the two goals that we have for this particular conversation that we're having. So we're having a virtual cup of coffee, if you will. I actually have a coffee cup over here. So number one, do we think alike? Because I think that's an important part of what we need to do. If you don't think like this, this is not going to work for you because you got to believe something like this is going to work. Number two, are you willing to try something new, but it's proven? And I say it's proven because I've actually been mentored by two different people who have been very, very successful at this and have been able to walk away from their jobs. Now, that said, I'm not guaranteeing that that's going to be your situation. So please understand that qualifier. So right now, let's talk about how we create income. As a busy professional, you and I pretty much do the same thing. We create an active income, and that active income comes as either an employee or self-employed. We're trading hours for dollars, any way you cut it. Even my physician friends, they trade hours for dollars. If they're not working on patients, they're not getting paid. So what we're going to help create is what is known as a passive income. And there's a couple of different ways of doing it. One is through investments, but we're not looking to take anybody's money. Their investments are a great source. Explore that on your own time. There are people that are much more intelligent than me that you can actually get with on that. But we're going to talk about business systems. And the unique thing about business systems is they've been proven over the years to be successful. And the reason that is the case is because of that system situation. So the idea comes in a number of different packages. We're going to look at one example called time compounding. So if I have a coffee shop, got a cup of coffee here, and I open it here in town. And I keep it open for 10 hours. Now, I'm probably going to have employees, but I could probably do it on my own initially until it gets big enough. And then I might move from like a food court or whatever and then move into an actual structure building. If I keep it open for 10 hours, I'm going to get paid for 10 hours worth of work. I think we can all agree with that. But in order to get paid for another hours of work, I'm going to have to open up a second business. And that business might be across town, it might be another food truck, it might be some sort of different avenue of doing it. But I've got to have a second delivery process for delivering that coffee. If I keep that open for 20 hours or 10 hours each, then that's 20 hours that we've accumulated. And the real miracle happens when I open that third business because now we're creating 30 hours worth of work in a 24-hour day. And many people have done this successfully in both the tea and coffee industry, hamburgers, all these different things that are out there. So at the end of the day, what we're going to do is help you kind of duplicate that same process. You're going to be able to create a business and right now, there is no cost for that business. And I know that seems crazy, but there is a cost that comes later. It's usually about $75 a year after that, in that ballpark. But that's not a guarantee because I don't set those particular prices. We're plugging into a system. So think of it as a franchise fee, but we're not using franchising. So our business launches with new partners the same way without any high dollar cost. We basically have all the affordable startup costs, and this includes an online store that you can actually open from day one and create commerce. They accept Visa, MasterCard, all the different ways of collecting money, and it comes to you on the 15th of the month in the form of a bonus check or at the end of every week on a Friday. and where you're able to get the difference between wholesale and retail. So from day one, you're able to actually create income. And the reason there's no cost really right now is because nobody makes money from signing people up into business. Nobody makes money from becoming a part of the business. It's just like, you don't walk into a gym membership and on day one come out looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. But you have to do the work that goes behind it. And if nobody does the work, nobody gets paid. So that's what's amazing about any type of business, but this one in particular. So there's no advertising costs. We have all the tax advantages of a business. Talk to your accountant on how those work. We are not limited to the local market. You're not limited to the city you live in, or even really this country. We operate in all 50 states, 100 plus different countries. We have no employees. All our supplies are shipped by a third party contractor, and training supplied by people like me and probably me on a high level. Okay. We use the distribution system cycle that was done in the 20th century. So if I bought this coffee cup, I probably paid $10 for it. Especially if I got it at Starbucks, right? But if I look at the manufacturing cost of it, it only costs probably 20 cents because they manufacture them in bulk, all that goes with it. Everybody in the middle of this process, the broker, the wholesaler, and the retailer, all uh, take a little piece of the pie, as they say. And that's how that a 20-cent product costs $10 down the road. So we've gotten in the middle of that. Much of that has not changed. It's still about the 20 cents to do it, and it's still about $10 to buy that coffee cup. But we're going to be in the middle of that process. We're going to help deliver product, working with a number of different manufacturers to the consumer. We work in ways of phases. So phase one is where we start with you. We can't jump to phase two. Phase two is an exceptional amount of success, and that doesn't happen for everyone. But phase one, we feel pretty confident we can help you get there. It may take us 12 to 18 months. It may take us 16 months. It depends on you and your commitment level. So what we're asking for from a commitment is a consistent, that's a key point here, 5 to 15 hours a week that you put towards your business. Some of that will be in working with me, but most of it is the actual work of what we're going to talk about here. And on the other side of that, the goal is to get you an extra $40 to $42,000. It's not a lot of money, but it's a reasonable amount of money, and it can have an impact on a lot of people's lives. Now, there is bigger money, and that's where we talk about on the phase two. But for the most part, 40 to 42,000 is where we are. We work in different areas. Have the health and nutrition line that includes energy drinks and sports nutrition. If you work out in the gym, we have lots of products for that. The cosmetic line, which this particular cosmetic line has been around for a very long time, and they actually are one of the sponsors for the New York Fashion Week. We have a G&H line that is our Bath and Body Work type thing. Our answer for toothpaste is through the Glister line. Our Satinique line is our shampoo. All those different lines are out there. And the reason they're maybe not terribly sexy, but people replace them on a regular basis. And that's what you want if you're creating clients. If you're into direct sales, there's other opportunities. There's air filter treatment systems, there's water treatment systems, there's cookware, and we also have a home care line where people are able to kind of distribute some of those products. It's usually like laundry soaps and things of that nature. Also, things that people replace on a regular basis. So, our service provider and our education system is kept private for now. We because of the proprietary nature of what we're doing, and the only way we can offer this call via the internet is that we have to in this video via the internet is to withhold that information. But we're happy to tell you everything about them, and I can tell you it's a very successful company. They are privately held. They have done and paid over $70 billion worth of bonuses to people like us. They hold 750 different patents on products that they carry and are manufacturing through a number of different bodies, and then a 180-day guarantee, which is unheard of. That's a 6-month guarantee, and you're able to use your phone to learn how to train about this business. Some of that training comes through our website, and some of that training comes through that other entity there. So here's how this basically works. We understand that nothing happens until volume is created. So we suggest that you take some of the product volume that we have, try it out for yourself, use it personally. We also suggest that as that's happened, you do like the same thing you would do if you were having a cup of coffee with somebody. You might recommend the product to other people. You can also there's ways to use the internet to do that as well. We get into that in more of a private setting on how that works, but the goal here is duplication. So let's say in this example, you've created about $450 worth of volume. Now you'll see it talks about PV, that's a point value because every product that is in our websites are able to generate a point value. And the more points that you get, the higher your bonus becomes. But in this example, all you've done is basically created $450 worth of volume, and that's going to give you an extra 20 bucks basically at the end of the month. So you've saved a little bit of money because you're going to buy from a wholesale level as opposed to a retail. So you'll see some savings from your own personal use there, and then you can get the difference between wholesale and retail, which is about 10%. Okay, so anything you move, so if you move $450 worth of straight up sales, you're going to make about $45. Nothing to write home about, but it's a start. And what's great about that is once you've done at least $300 worth of sales, that's not mentioned in this slide, but you are now qualified to bring more people into business. Now, you can bring as many people into business as you want. And that's the great thing about what we do. And a lot of times people choose to use their friends and family because they want to help them. But you may just want to use and focus on the social media aspect of what we have and create a funnel. And we can show you how to do that. And let's say we get you 5 to 7 people that have decided to join you in business. At that point, your income is going to be around $400 a month. Now, it's not guaranteed, and it is based on a number of different factors we get into. But I'm just giving you a general framework for where we're at. So we want to help those individuals as well. So somewhere throughout your team will be about 25 independent business owners just like you, and your profit is an extra $1,500. And as that business grows to about 60 to or even 100 people on your team, and that's think of creating a corporation. You're going to have your first level of directors, your chief operating officers, those type of things. Don't let the structure distract you from what's here. The goal here is that you're able to create some extra income for you and your family. And that at this point, once you have about 60 to 100, that you're considered a platinum IBO, and now you've created an extra $3,000 to $4,000. As you help each of those people become platinums themselves, there's additional income that comes into play. That goes into phase two, and those numbers, like I said, are exceptional. So here's all we have. We've covered a lot in a short period of time. Do we think alike? And are you willing to try something new? If you are, here's the things I want you to do a gut check for. I want you to see if you have a desire to learn and grow, because anytime you're dealing with people, you need to know some things about people. And sometimes that desire to learn and grow comes integrated with like a reading program that we recommend, or even an audio or podcast program that helps you learn more. Are you able to operate with integrity and accountability? If there's no honesty, we can't do anything. And I know this is just a video you've heard for the first time, but I'm a real person and I'll be working with you personally. You'll know who I am before it's all said and done. I operate under integrity and accountability, and if you can't do that, I can't work with you. It's that simple. We also want you to make fact-based decisions. And what we'll do is once we've met, we're going to go face to face, and I can give you some resources to explore and learn the facts about what was here. Because what we do is different than anybody else in this industry do, from what I understand, at least. I don't know of anybody that's doing what we're doing here with Legacy Mentorship. We also have strong values and a positive attitude. And you need to be willing to accept mentorship. And that means you're not going to have all the answers, and I'm not going to have all the answers either. But collectively, we can work together. And if you walk through a minefield, you want to walk through that minefield behind somebody who's already been through it, right? So we're going to use that same principle, and we're going to show you what steps to take. Here are the next steps. Basically, we need to develop over some time a mutual trust and transparency. There's some education we're going to have to do privately, and you're going to need to build a case for yourself. We don't accept everyone into this program. We help everyone personally. So we are only working with people who are truly serious. If you're a looky-loo, that's fine. I'm glad you watched the video, but go on, move on. We're happy to work with you if your success is essential to you, and we are invested in that success. A lot of times we take our own money and our own time and invest it in you, and that does come out on the other side with success for you. Our system has a strong track record. It's designed for the busy professional, and we do utilize social media to expand some of our programs. So all of those are interesting cases. You probably haven't seen this aspect of what we're doing. The end result is there's only one next step, and that is to schedule a 15 to 20-minute conversation with the person that sent you this video, or if it's me personally, you can do that as well. So I hope that helped. I hope that gave you some insight into what we're doing. Hope that you are as excited about it as I have been. It has been a lifesaver for us, and I think it can do the same thing for you. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk soon.